very, very important day today because this is like the day when Aftab will be produced in the court, and this is going to be the Saket court in the national capital.
Poster war peaking in New Delhi. BJP posted a poster on Twitter saying from real life to real life. Thanks, Aam Aadmi.
The news breaks. The controversies.
सारे जो अपशब्द इस्तेमाल किए हैं उसके बारे में क्या?
सर, आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आप जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हो गई है सर, लेकिन
मनीष जी, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर, you want to say something?
The channel for elections. December 8 with Prarambh.
Thanks for tuning in this Friday morning, continuously getting the updates coming in on the probe into Shraddha's murder case. We understand that the police is on a lookout for the body parts of Shraddha that have been disposed of by Aftab. We'll put out those visuals also of the search operations of the Delhi police, which is taking place in Gurugram as we speak. We understand that Aftab, during the interrogation, has revealed that he's disposed of some body remains of Shraddha in Gurugram area as well in Dehradun. But these visuals on your screens right now are of the search operations being carried out by the Delhi police in Gurugram as we speak. We'll try and go across to Piyush as well for more on that. But these are the visuals coming in at this point of the search operations happening at this point in Gurugram area. Piyush getting us those breaking updates. In fact, more breaking updates coming in on the same story. We are given to understand that on May 8th, it was between 9 to 10 p.m. that Shraddha was strangulated to death, and Aftab even stayed near the body the whole night. He stayed up, and the murder that happened between 9 to 10 p.m. on May 8th. We are also getting to know that the Delhi police can go to Dehradun in Uttarakhand for further probe into this matter, as Aftab may have disposed of some parts of body parts of Shraddha in Dehradun as well. So those are the leads coming in at this point. One, the police in Gurugram area trying to locate those body parts. Two, lead also coming in that some body parts may have been disposed in Uttarakhand's Dehradun as well. In fact, the Delhi police sources have said that the investigation is currently being done from every angle. It is also possible that a new story is being created to divert the investigation. Remember, the narco test of killer Aftab is yet to happen, in which more details will come out. And in fact, we also spoke to the forensics officer who said that there is ample evidence to show how Aftab carried out, he planned and plotted the whole murder. And our other focus is from Sriharikota, as ISRO is also set to launch its private rocket, which is Vikram-S in the space today. In fact, the Skyroot Aerospace Vikram-S will soar to an altitude of 81 kilometers after its launch from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The visuals there on your screens as well in just about half an hour from now. That rocket is set to be launched. It is a first ever privately developed Vikram-S rocket that is set to be launched in space today as we speak. We'll try and go across to Varshini as well, who's reporting live from Sriharikota as the countdown has begun for the launch of the ISRO rocket. Remember, it's the first private rocket to be launched. It is India's first ever private rocket that is set to be launched to space. It would take to skies at roughly about half an hour from now. The rocket, of course, it has been named after Vikram Sarabhai, 3 payloads to be carried. The rocket that has been developed by Skyroot Aerospace. Talking a little more about this rocket that is set to be launched, it's a single-staged suborbital space launch vehicle that has been developed in a record 2 years, powered by solid-fueled propulsion, and has a mass of 545 kgs and a length of about 6 meters with a peak vacuum thrust of 7 tons. We have guests also joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this historic rocket launch today. We have Srijan Pal Singh, founder, advisor to Kalam and founder of Homi Lab joining us. We also have Ratan Srivastava, Aerospace and Defense, past advisor to the FICCI space as well as Abhijit Chavra, who is scientist from the theoretical physicist. And Varshini, of course, reporting live from Sriharikota. Going first across to Varshini, who's reporting live from Sriharikota. Varshini, the excitement, of course, is there. The countdown has begun in roughly about 20 minutes. The private rocket is set to be launched from space to space.
Well, yes, Samiksha, in another 20 minutes or so, the first ever private rocket is to be launched from Sriharikota. We are standing in the Satish Dhawan Space Center, and this is exactly where it will be launched, and this is going to be definitely one of the very important days in the history of space research for India. And this private space rocket that is going to be launched is around 6 feet, and it will be flying up to 120 kilometers into the sky, the Vikram-S, and this is definitely going to be very important. And we are learning that in the countdown has begun, and all the setup works are done, and the rocket is to be launched. And we also learned that this particular Skyroot Aerospace startup company which has created this rocket is also come up with its whole team members, and also the people who have been part of the payloads that are also a part of this rocket will also be present. And all of them are along with the ISRO scientists who have given guidance throughout the preparation, and now the installation of this rocket are all set up, and they're all we can constantly keep hearing the instructions for the launch, and it is definitely the excitement is definitely high here in Sriharikota in Satish Dhawan Space Center. So as we can see, once this rocket is launched, and within a few minutes we can confirm that if this launch is successful or not. And if it is a success, this is definitely going to change the whole privatization into space research and the whole spectrum for more and more such research.
Yes, Varshini, stay with us. So Varshini, they're reporting live from Sriharikota. Of course, we have guests also joining us. Srijan Pal Singh, who's the founder of Homi Lab, joining us. So thank you for speaking to Republic. If I can first get in a word from you, how do you think it is historic in many ways, given the fact that it would herald a new era in India's space sector?
Absolutely. Thank you for calling me here. I think the rocket itself has history associated with it. It's called Vikram, which is Vikram Sarabhai, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the great founder of ISRO. The engine which they're using is called Kalam 80, which is named after Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and it is launched by the Satish Dhawan Center, which is again the third ISRO chief who was the stalwart who led India to space. So there's history behind this rocket, but I think it's an extremely important step because India now will join the steps of those leading nations which have got private sector getting into space, and that is very important because so far, our entire space race has been led by ISRO, which is a government organization. And now with the private sector coming in, and it's not just one Skyroot which is coming in, ISRO in 2018 opened up to the private sector. And since then, dozens of companies have registered with ISRO as private players. This would lead to an explosion of jobs in the space sector, in the allied sector of space, which includes material sciences, fuel sciences, and so many other things. Eventually, this is just a sort of a Prarambh. It's called Prarambh, which is the start. Skyroot itself plans to go with a much bigger rocket following this rocket. And I think this will also open the eyes of our youth. You see the visuals where we just saw, so many young boys and girls are sitting there. So many young boys and girls are watching this in their schools, in their colleges. This is a career you can become now. This is the message of New India. That old India is now graduated into a new India, where young people, the people in schools and colleges can aspire to build rockets which will go to space and someday take humans to space. And I think that's monumental.
Yes. Stay with us. We have Ratan Srivastava, aerospace and defense expert also. Sir, what do you make of this? We understand it's been developed in a record 2 years. How do you feel it is very historic in many ways? And also as Srijan Pal Singh was talking to us, how it is opening up new opportunities for the youth as well.
So thank you for inviting me on this show. I would agree with Mr. Pal Singh that it is a historic day today because this is the first of the many launches that we will see in the coming months and years from the private sector, startups primarily, to cater to the growing demand of small rockets and rockets which can be assembled on demand to put smaller satellites into space. When we say this, we are also thankful to the fact that ISRO is responsible for incubating the entire aerospace and space system in the country, whether it is in their laboratories, wherever they are located, or the ecosystem which has been developed for the rockets, for example, at VSSC. And it is with the guidance of ISRO and the Department of Space, as we can see, they have allowed the Sriharikota facility to be used for the launch today, that we are seeing this. And this is also very, very important in the fact that most of the advisors and mentors to these startups come from ISRO. In fact, Skyroot's founders, Pawan Kumar Chandna, is an ex-ISRO scientist himself. So ISRO has played a huge role in the incubation of the ecosystem for the space industry in India. This is also important from the fact that this is a completely indigenous rocket. Although it is a technology demonstrator, it is not a commercial flight, but it is completely indigenous. Each and every part of this rocket has been made in India. The propellant is solid, and of course, it is named after Dr. Kalam. It is a fin-stabilized rocket, which is to say that it is in the traditional mode of a rocket, which has to be given stability in flight, in a test flight. And this is, as we know, a suborbital flight. It will just touch the space and fall down. The whole total flight is supposed to be about 300 seconds. But nevertheless, a historic day, and we will see more launches coming from Agnikul and Bellatrix as we go forward.
Yes. Mr. Srivastava, stay with us. We have Abhijit Chavra as well, scientist, joining us. Sir, talking about the sheer facts here, we understand it has a mass of 545 kgs, length of 6 meters. It has a peak combustion pressure of 90 bar, a peak velocity capability, which is hypersonic. Not just this, it has a payload capacity of 83 kgs as well. What do you make of this? Would you believe that it would in many ways end ISRO monopoly in space, and also the fact that, say, space superpower status is all set to be claimed by India?
Good morning. It's a very exciting day, a very historic day in the history of Indian space flight. So, like you said, this is a reasonably small rocket, 6 meters tall, 83 kilograms to 100 kilometer altitude. It's a technology demonstrator, but it's a very exciting development because, like the other two gentlemen said, it's the first time the private sector is getting involved in the space race in India, in developing rockets, and it's not going to essentially take away from the ISRO monopoly in this. It's going to add to the capabilities that ISRO has, because when you have lots of private players that get involved in this, they can take some of the load that ISRO has been taking thus far, and it's going to overall be very good for the Indian space industry. For instance, in the first decade of the 2000s, we had SpaceX that became the first US, if I'm not mistaken, a private company to launch a rocket. So they had a huge budget of more than $100 million for launching the first rocket, the Falcon 1. In the case of Skyroot Aerospace, the budget is less than 20 million, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's a very different game, and yet with this constrained budget, we are able to build a rocket in a record time of about 2 years. It's a rocket that will be tested today. It's going to be, like the previous gentleman said, a suborbital flight. It's going to touch space, and it's going to not complete a full orbit. It's going to splash down within 5 minutes, but it's going to pave the way for future rockets that will future launch vehicles that can be assembled and launched within 24 hours from any launch site, and they plan to develop a fully reusable vehicle as well, and multi-orbit insertion vehicles and interplanetary missions in the future. So this is a very exciting time. We have to start somewhere. So it's a step-by-step, stage-by-stage development program, like every major nation does. So we are finally reaching the stage where private players get involved. It's very, very exciting. It bodes well for the future of India in the space race, in the future coming up rush to reach the moon again, and overall in global power politics and geopolitics.
Yes, and just continuing with the same point, we understand that it's been developed by a 4-year-old startup, which also, goes on to prove the kind of opportunities that the startups, the unicorns have in the country as we speak, with this, of course, move ushering a new era in India.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a very, it's great that so many now new startups have come in, and the space sector was opened to these to the private sector. I think in the last 2-3 years only, if I'm not mistaken, 2018 or 2020. And since then, lots of startups have come in. Many of them are essentially founded by former ISRO scientists and engineers, which is great. So we are building the ecosystem. We should not have just one organization that does everything. We need to spread. We have such incredible talent and manpower in India. Lots of young, youthful people who need jobs and who want to contribute to the nation. So now this full youthful energy is going to be utilized, which is fantastic. I have so many people asking me, when can we become astronauts? I don't think the time is far. Maybe in the next 10 to 20 years, when young kids can actually dream of becoming an astronaut and actually accomplish that dream. So it's a great time for us.
Yes, gentlemen, stay with us. So the countdown has just begun. Let's take a look at those visuals also coming in as the preparations are on. Varshini, of course, reporting live from Sriharikota as we speak. Those are the visuals, in fact, that we are putting right now as the rocket is set to be launched in just roughly about 15 minutes from now.
The rocket is 6 meters in height and around 380 mm in diameter with an overall lift-off mass of 545 kg. The vehicle is powered by a single-stage solid propulsion system called Kalam 80, which has a burn time of 23 seconds and a peak thrust of 7 tons. Vikram-S has a capacity to lift off and climb to an altitude of over 80 kilometers, which is commonly defined as the beginning of space. However, this first mission will be a success if the vehicle crosses 50 kilometers in altitude. As a comparison to our viewers, a normal passenger flight flies at an altitude of nearly 10 kilometers.
Vehicle is powered off and health of the vehicle is observed to be nominal.
Please stand by for a video on from the co-founders of Skyroot Aerospace, the CEO, Mr. Pawan, and the CEO, Mr. Bharat. Please stand by for the video.
This mission, we have flight proven several critical technologies that go into our Vikram series of space launch vehicles, such as avionics, propulsion systems, carbon composite structures, and thermal protection systems. This milestone would not have been possible without the great support we received from ISRO and InSpace, who worked with us hand in hand throughout our journey.
This is such a landmark event for the country. We thank the Prime Minister of India for creating space reforms which enabled us to achieve this milestone. This Vikram rocket can reach hypersonic speeds, that is 5 times the speed of sound within just 25 seconds and reach space within just 150 seconds. This Vikram rocket is one of the world's first few rockets built with all carbon fiber structure, and it has 4 3D printed engines for creating roll stability for the rocket. We at Skyroot have been waiting for this moment for long, and Team Skyroot has been working several months towards this great milestone.
Welcome back to the live coverage. On your screens now, the Skyroot rocket Vikram-S, all set to launch. You can see final activities, last minute activities going on, and soon the launch pad will be cleared. Now you have the view from MCC, where we are having our VIP guests, Sri Pawan Goenka, Chairman InSpace, on your screens, very intently discussing final aspects of the pre-launch preparations, and now on your screens the mission profile which this rocket is going to follow. After liftoff from the Sounding Rocket Complex at Sriharikota, using the standard launcher here, we will lift off. The rocket will fly, move on the rocket rails, the launcher rails, for around 0.73 seconds, and around 100 milliseconds after that, that is around 0.8 seconds, the spin rockets will be fired to stabilize the rocket. Then the aerodynamics will kick in, and the fin cants will maintain the spin stabilization. The rocket is all through aerodynamically stable, and that is how the control is offered. Around 15 seconds, we will experience the maximum Q and the maximum loads on the vehicle. and we will reach an altitude of more than 80 kilometers and finally splash down and see some 134 kilometers away from Sriharikota coast. So this is the summary of our profile, and you can see the mission is well planned, and we are all waiting for this mission to successfully happen in around 11 minutes 18 seconds from now, when the liftoff will take place. We will continue our mission speech like this, and Madhuri, why don't you take us further in terms of what is the weather climate and what are the further flight profiles?
Yes, sir. It's a bright sunny morning here in Sriharikota with the benign winds. The ground wind speed is likely between 7 to 8 meters per second. However, the vehicle is capable to thrive in much higher winds of up to 25 meters per second. The nominal liftoff of Vikram-S from Sriharikota is at 11 hours 30 minutes on 18th of November 2022. The range and tracking operations for Vikram-S are being undertaken by SDSC SHAR range operations at ISRO. Telemetry data will be captured by ISRO Telemetry Tracking and Command Network Station of ISRO and relayed to the control center.
The seamless joint efforts of various ISRO centers, including the SDSC SHAR, ISTRAC, VSSC, Skyroot team, and InSpace, have enabled the Skyroot Vikram-S rocket to be launch ready in a short period of time. InSpace Technical Mission Readiness Review Committee members from ISRO centers, InSpace ex officio experts from ISRO rigorously reviewed launch vehicle and integration preparation and gave guidance to enable final launch clearance. The maiden rocket launch for Skyroot Aerospace is perhaps the most important milestone for the Indian private space sector since the space reforms announced by Government of India. Though one small step, it is a giant leap to demonstrate the ability of the Indian space private sector. This will pave the way for many such private sector launches. The path-breaking launch of the first indigenous sounding rocket Rohini 75 that took place in November 20, 1967 laid the foundation of the Indian space program and changed the trajectory of the Indian space sector. Likewise, mission Prarambh, which is the first Indian private sector launch, marks the beginning of a new dawn.
यानी भ्रष्टाचार घोटाले की गारंटी।
आज भाजपा का एक ही सिद्धांत है, सत्ता में रहना।
Very important day today because this is like the day when Aftab will be produced in the court, and this is going to be the Saket court in the national capital.
Poster war peaking in New Delhi. BJP posted a poster on Twitter saying, "From real life to real life. Thanks Aam Aadmi Party for reminding us." NIA has taken over the case of the Udhampur twin blasts. 2 FIRs have been registered. From Nagpur, where BJP is staging a protest after Kamal Nath had cut a temple-shaped cake with Hanuman's portrait.
Vacuum cleaner that was found at Aftab's residence allegedly used vacuum cleaner to remove the blood stains in the house. The JMM gathered in support of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. The ED summoned in connection with the illegal mining case.
The news breaks. The controversies.
सारे जो अपशब्द इस्तेमाल किए हैं उसके बारे में क्या?
सर, आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आज जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हुई है सर, लेकिन एफआईआर का नाम नहीं।
मनीष जी, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर, यू वांट टू से समथिंग?
The channel for elections. December 8 with Prarambh.
छिंदवाड़ा से ये वीडियो आए हैं जिसमें खुद कमलनाथ एक केक काट रहे हैं और हनुमान जी की तस्वीर उसमें लगी है। इसी को लेकर भाजपा सवाल खड़े कर रही है।
A controversy that has broken out with regards to the Congress Party's Bharat Jodo Yatra. BJP has now questioned the burning logo on India's map.
The CCTV footage where a senior TDP leader was attacked at his residence in Kakinada district of Andhra Pradesh, where we see that an unidentified and unknown person.
श्रद्धा के हत्यारे को फांसी दो, फांसी दो। ऐसे नव जिहादी को फांसी दो, फांसी दो। फांसी दो, फांसी दो, फांसी दो। फांसी दो, फांसी दो, फांसी दो। श्रद्धा के हत्यारे को फांसी दो।
Back to the live feed, where the rocket view is available to you. The Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Jitendra Singh, flanked by Chairman ISRO and Department of Space Secretary Shri S. Somanath, and also by Shri Pawan Goenka, Chairman of InSpace. These dignitaries have graced this occasion, and it shows the importance. It shows the importance of the launch and the importance which the government of India is according to this launch. 4 minutes 52 seconds to the launch, and we are honored and we are inspired to see the top leadership of this country in the space sector.
Sharwan to Blockhouse, the data reception is nominal. And signal strength observed is also good.
In the space sector, supporting this launch. And as we all know, this today definitely is a historic day, where after opening the space sector, with the government support, with the support of agencies like InSpace, the facilitator, and with the support of ISRO, with the facilities which ISRO has created over the years, we are all set to create another history today, where India takes a giant leap towards private sector participation in the space industry.
Minus 4 minutes.
3 minutes 58 seconds to the launch, and all clear. Weather, you can see, is very fine here. As my colleague has already told, उन्होंने बताया है कि मौसम बहुत ही बढ़िया, मौसम बहुत ही अनुकूल, हवाएं बहुत ही धीमी गति से 7 या 8 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटा की रफ्तार, 7 या 8 मीटर प्रति सेकंड की रफ्तार से हवाएं बह रही हैं। और हमारे रॉकेट जो है, ये डिजाइन किया हुआ है करीब 25 मीटर्स पर सेकंड वेग तक इस रॉकेट को हम लॉन्च कर सकते हैं। इस बढ़िया मौसम के हम इंतजार कर रहे थे, और हमें आज ये अवसर मिला है, और हम इस लॉन्च के काफी करीब हैं। अब सिर्फ 3 सेकंड बच गए हैं।
As we wait for the history in the making, the launch of a first privately owned company from the Indian soil.
Minus 3 minutes.
These are the views from the Mission Control Center VVIP Gallery, with the top brass of ISRO, along with Chairman InSpace and the Honorable Minister, eagerly waiting for the launch. We are about 2 minutes 40 seconds from the launch.
The efforts of more than 4 years are coming towards the first fruition, which will give a stepping stone to all of us. And on your view, the final views of the rocket as it prepares to take off, all the preparations are in place, all parameters behaving normally, and the launch being intently monitored. We will, Madhuri, why don't you tell us about a very important procedure called wind weighing for this stable rockets?
Yes, sir. As we wait for the launch, let me just throw some light on it. Today morning's winds were measured using the wind profiler at SDSC. This data was then fed to the mission simulation software. And the corrections required in the launch elevation angle and the launch azimuth angle to compensate for the performance deviations of Vikram-S due to this wind are calculated. As you know, these adjustments are possible with the launcher. The azimuth and the launch elevation angle have been set accordingly. The launch azimuth is at 80 degrees and 100 degrees, the LEA and launch azimuth, as I said. And this is what is required for this mission. This is a standard procedure for all the suborbital rocket launches from SDSC.
उड़ान से बस 1 मिनट 10 सेकंड दूर हम लोग, और जैसे मेरी सहयोगी माधुरी जी ने बताया आपको कि हम लोगों ने आज सुबह ये हवा की रफ्तार गति नापी है और इस मापन को हमने अपने मिशन सिमुलेशन प्रोग्राम में डाला है और कौन सी एंगल से किस धरती से कितना एंगल बनाते हुए ये रॉकेट उड़े, ताकि हम जो चाहते हैं, जो कक्षा हम चाहते हैं, जो ऊंचाई हम चाहते हैं, वो हमें मिले। ये माधुरी जी ने बताया आपको। रॉकेट का व्यू लॉन्च से सिर्फ 30 सेकंड दूर। हम अब ज्यादा बोलने वाले नहीं है, कुछ देर तक हम आपके साथ मिल करके इस रॉकेट की व्यूज को एंजॉय करेंगे। लास्ट फ्यू मिनट्स, last few seconds, 20 seconds, we momentarily go quiet and we feel the launch along with you. We enjoy the launch along with you. Just 10 seconds to launch.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Event number 96 completed.
And we have a successful liftoff of Vikram-S rocket. I think I should be able to show you the jubilant environment here at the Mission Control Center, where the entire team is celebrating the launch and the spin stabilized rocket. The views from the launcher camera. In a few seconds, the vehicle will undergo the condition of maximum aerodynamic pressure followed by the motor burnout, and we will get you those confirmations shortly. The vehicle will experience Qmax around 15 seconds, and at the same time maximum aerodynamic loads will occur. Just to remind the viewers, this is an aerodynamically stabilized vehicle. At 20 seconds flight time, we have reached Mach 5, which means it is flying at 5 times the velocity of sound. And with this, the vehicle has achieved hypersonic velocities. It looks like we do have successful burnout, and the flight trajectory is tracking as per the prediction.
Rocket is now at the altitude of 66 kilometers, 67 now. We have completed 80 seconds of flight time. We are around 34 seconds away from the launch pad, and the totally intended trajectory is being followed. The present altitude is 75 kilometers. As we slowly go towards our target of crossing 80 kilometers and way beyond that, nominally we expect to be around 100 kilometers when the peak altitude occurs. See the screen.
Views from the Mission Control Center.
86 kilometers in altitude. We are at 85 kilometers now, and slowly and steadily we are reaching our peak altitude. If you can see it on the screens, the altitude profile is being shown. Around 133 seconds have passed. We are very close to our peak altitude. We are now at around 88 kilometers peak altitude, and everything has gone as per we have planned. We are very close to the peak altitude now. The peak altitude performance has been reached at around 155 seconds, and now slowly the rocket will start its descent. Actually, it has just started from 88 kilometers. Now it has come to around 87.1 kilometer. The peak altitude being met, this mission today has given a good, successful, satisfactory performance as intended by us.
जी हाँ, एक सफल उड़ान, प्रथम उड़ान विक्रम-S के लिए प्रारंभ बड़ा ही रोचक रहा। यह रॉकेट अपने गंतव्य तक भी पहुंचा और अब अपनी ऑल्टीट्यूड को घटाने की कोशिश में मात्र 70 किलोमीटर के ऑल्टीट्यूड पर अब ये रॉकेट स्थित है।
This rocket achieved the apogee of 89.5 kilometers. That is, the peak altitude achieved by this rocket was 89.5. Our target was to cross 80 kilometers. As you all know, 80 kilometers is commonly defined as the start of space. So this rocket successfully went into space as we intended. And now, after completing its mission of achieving the peak orbit, creating the conditions for the payloads to function, and completing its job successfully, it is on its way back to a safe splashdown in the Bay of Bengal as we have intended. The range right now is 115 kilometers away from Shar, and we expect it to impact somewhere around 130 kilometers away from Shar. The whole thing has gone as per planned. ये बहुत ही खुशी की बात है कि स्काई रूट की तरफ से उनके पहले अभियान में ही जो उन्होंने प्लान किया था, जो हमने प्लान किया था, वो हम सक्सेसफुल रहे और अब ये रॉकेट अपने स्प्लैश डाउन के बहुत ही नज़दीक है और हम किसी भी क्षण अब स्प्लैश डाउन के करेंगे और ये मिशन सक्सेसफुली अकम्प्लिश हो जाएगा। हम यहाँ पर बधाई देना चाहेंगे इन स्पेस को जिन्होंने इस पूरे मिशन को रेगुलेट किया, गाइड किया। हम बधाई देना चाहेंगे सतीश धवन स्पेस सेंटर श्रीहरिकोटा को जिन्होंने ये हमें फैसिलिटेट किया। इसरो को, इसरो चेयरमैन को, वी थैंक ऑल दिस पीपल। वी आर हम्बल्ड बाय द सपोर्ट विच वी गॉट। Happy views from the mission control, and now we take leave from you. Goodbye from our side, handing over to Shri Pawan Goenka, Chairman in Space, for his speech.
Thank you, viewers. Goodbye.
Thank you, viewers, for joining us. We sign off.
Safety officer, confirm clear launch. Please stand by. We are going for inspection. We'll assess and clear. Otherwise, normal.
Good morning. I'm happy to announce the successful completion of Mission Prarambh, the beginning of Skyroot Aerospace. The rocket VK-S took off at LEA of 80 degrees and azimuth of 100 degrees, achieved an altitude of 89.5 kilometers and a range of 121.2 kilometers, exactly what was planned by Skyroot Aerospace. All systems, as I can make out, worked as planned, and Skyroot Aerospace has demonstrated capability of various subsystems that will go into the orbital launch vehicle. I congratulate Skyroot Aerospace, their team members, and thank various centers of ISRO, specifically SDSC, STRAC, and VSSC, team members of InSpace, led by Director PMA, Dr. Jain, and Director Technical, Mr. Rajiv Jyoti. And many thanks to multiple reviews conducted by experts from ISRO, InSpace, and from outside for the mission readiness and launch clearance, led by Dr. B. Suresh. This is a new beginning for Indian private sector entry into space, and it's a historic moment for all of us. We have the pleasure of having Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Jitendra Singh, here with us to give us encouragement, and I request him to give his thoughts on what today's mission means for our country. Dr. Singh.
Congratulations, India. It is indeed a new beginning, a new dawn, and shall I say, very appropriately as our team members have put it, a new Prarambh in the journey of India's space program. And very many thanks to Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, who has made this effort possible by opening up the space sector to public-private participation. It's also a major step forward to India developing its own space ecosystem and emerging as a frontline nation in the community of world nations. And of course, a turning point in India's startup movement. Well done, Team Skyroot. The co-founders can join me here. Pawan, IIT Kharagpur alumni, Bharat, IIT Madras alumni. You have worked day and night to make this possible. And of course, kudos ISRO. You have this day on the 18th of November 2022 added yet one more feather into your much decorated hat. And thanks ISRO for putting India as a frontline nation in the years to come, and a nation to which others would look forward to, vital cues in the journey of space sector. Thanks once again. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody. Well done.
All right, so India's first ever privately launched rocket that has been launched into space as we speak, the Skyroot Aerospace Vikram-S that will now soar to an altitude of 81 kilometers after it's been launched from Sriharikota. There, the visuals live coming in from Sriharikota as we speak. It's first ever private rocket that has been launched into space. We'll slip into a very short break, but on the other side, we'll get you the leads and updates coming in on the Shraddha murder probe case. Also on the other side, Prime Minister's big message against terror says no compromise and fight against terror.
छिंदवाड़ा से ये वीडियो आए हैं जिसमें खुद कमलनाथ एक केक काट रहे हैं और हनुमान जी की तस्वीर उसमें लगी है। इसी को लेकर भाजपा सवाल खड़े कर रही है।
A controversy that has broken out with regards to the Congress Party's Bharat Jodo Yatra. BJP has now questioned the burning logo on India's map.
The CCTV footage where a senior TDP leader was attacked at his residence in Kakinada district of Andhra Pradesh, where we see that an unidentified and unknown person
जनता के हत्यारे को फांसी दो, फांसी दो, ऐसे नम जिहादी को फांसी दो, 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 जनता के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो, जनता के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो।
यानी भ्रष्टाचार घोटाले की गारंटी।
आज भाजपा का एक ही सिद्धांत है, सत्ता में रहना।
Very important day today because this is like the day when Aftab will be produced in the court, and this is going to be the Saket court in the national capital.
Poster war peaking in New Delhi. BJP posted a poster on Twitter saying, "From real life to real life. Thanks Aam Aadmi Party for reminding us."
NIA has taken over the case of the Udhampur twin blasts. 2 FIRs have been registered.
From Nagpur, where BJP is staging a protest after Kamal Nath had cut a temple-shaped cake with Hanuman's portrait.
Vacuum cleaner that was found at Aftab's residence allegedly used vacuum cleaner to remove the blood stains in the house. The JMM gathered in support of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. The ED summoned in connection with the illegal mining case.
The news breaks. The controversies.
सारे जो अपशब्द इस्तेमाल किए हैं उसके बारे में क्या?
सर, आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आप जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हो गई है सर, लेकिन
मनीष जी, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर, you want to say something?
The channel for elections.
Thanks for staying tuned to Republic, getting in live updates, continuous updates on the Shraddha murder probe. Latest update, of course, coming in. The picture that we've accessed that shows how Shraddha was assaulted over the years. In fact, the still that we've accessed of Shraddha dates back to 2022, which shows how Shraddha was allegedly tortured and assaulted over the years. The visual, the still that we'll also put on our screens right now, where shows it is in fact the picture which dates back to December 2022, which shows that Shraddha was hospitalized for back injury. There are bruises on her face. As you can see, her face is completely swollen, which probably indicates that she was assaulted over the years, that Aftab used to assault her on a regular basis. That's the breaking update coming in. In fact, according to Manikpur police sources, it's reported that Shraddha was hospitalized at Ozone Hospital in Vasai with complaint of severe back pain. Shraddha faced pain in her spine since around a week on 3rd of December 2022, but that still that we've accessed speaks for itself. The kind of torture that Shraddha was in most probability was subjected to, the kind of torture that she was meted by killer Aftab. So those are the leads that we are getting at this point. In fact, details that are more details that are just trickling in, where the police is suspecting that Shraddha was assaulted by Aftab, and that has really led to the back pain and needed to be hospitalized. In fact, we'll try and connect with the doctor as well who treated Shraddha way back in 2020. But this still that is going to be a very crucial piece of information to get to the bottom of the case for the Delhi police that is probing the matter. In fact, more details that are just coming in, that the Delhi police has also arrived in Vasai to get more details. So back-to-back leads and updates coming in. The breaking update coming in right now. This is in fact the still of Shraddha that we've accessed, which shows that how Shraddha was subjected to utmost torture and assault by Aftab. And there the visuals there coming in from Gurugram, where you can see the team of police who are on the lookout for the body parts which could have been disposed of by Aftab in Gurugram as well. So several such details that are just coming in. We also have Sandeep joining us, getting us more breaking updates. Sandeep, we understand that the team of Delhi police has now arrived in Vasai. What are the leads that you're picking up? We understand, as per sources, 5 officers have arrived in Vasai.
So yes, Republic TV is breaking this exclusive details in regards of Delhi police being here in Vasai in order to, collect more and more evidence and in fact record the statement of the people associated to Shraddha Walkar. And at this point of time, one of the officers that is being told is out here inside, and in fact he is re-verifying the statements and the action that was in fact initiated by Manikpur police. And we are out here at at the crime branch unit of Mira Bhayandar Vasai Virar, and in fact one of the Delhi police officer is out here, and in fact 4 other officers are also here in Vasai in order to collect all the statement. Remember, the friends of Shraddha Walkar does not want to come Delhi due to as they don't want to get into legalities of this case. So at this point of time, Delhi police 5 teams have been sent out here to record the statement of the close friends of Shraddha Walkar and Aftab Poonawala. Also the people who were associated to Aftab Poonawala and Shraddha Walkar, their statement will also be recorded by Delhi police. And definitely remember, it was a missing report that was in fact filed by Manikpur police station, and in fact as Manikpur police station had some limitation, and that is why the case was in fact transferred to Delhi police. And in the same sequence now
Yes.
Delhi police is here in Vasai, and definitely Delhi police will be trying to connect all the dots in this case.
Yes, Sandeep, stay with us as we track more leads that are just coming in. In fact, this still that we've accessed of Shraddha that dates back to December 22, which is, which speaks for itself. We can see the face completely swollen. There are bruise marks on her face. And this still we understand is from December 2020, beg your pardon, when she was hospitalized for back injury. So what the police is suspicious at this point in time is that Shraddha was subjected to utmost torture and brutality by Aftab. She was thrashed and beaten up by Aftab, and that probably led to the back pain, and which is why she needed to be hospitalized. Anuj also getting us more breaking updates, reporting live from the national capital. Anuj, what have you been able to pick up? If you can tell us more about this picture of Shraddha that we've accessed, that speaks volumes when we talk about this utmost torture that she was in most probability subjected to by Aftab.
Well, by that conversation which has already came out, we do know this, that Shraddha was in trouble. Now this is a picture of 2020. Back in 2020 when she was beaten by Aftab, and later she was taken to hospital, and she was hospitalized there for at least 3 days. That's something what we have been told. So we do understand, as the friends are claiming, that she was in trouble, she was beating. Sometimes it was more stories coming out by the friends only, that how she was facing the trouble and how she was approaching the friends, trying to approach rather the friends to tell them that how much pain she is in. That is something which could be clearly seen, and in this very picture it is clearly seen that what would have been the situation, how she was beaten by Aftab. That is something which is very much clear in this very picture. And back in 2020 when this happened, we do understand, back in 2020 when this happened, now today is the date when she has already lost her life. So this could be clearly imagined that what exactly would have been the situation at that point in time, how she was tortured, how she was in trouble. This is itself making it very much clear. Yes.
Yes, also stay with us, Anuj. More breaking updates that are coming in. We understand there's been another disclosure by Aftab to the Delhi police. Sources telling us that during the interrogation, Aftab told that he's a drug addict. How much of that is going to be important in getting to the bottom of the case? Also, all the new evidence that the police has been able to gather so far. We understand police is already in Gurugram and will be going to Dehradun as well. Anuj, just stay with us. We'll slip into a very short break for now, but on the other side, we'll get you more leads and more breaking updates as Delhi police officials are on the lookout for more body parts of Shraddha, not just in the national capital, but in Gurugram and in Dehradun as well.
A B2 app is very useful and very easy to use. I check my sugar in just less than 30 seconds. So this is the main device which you use with your smartphone application. You need to just insert this device into your smartphone, and now you need to insert the strip. And now you need to take your blood, and in less than 10 seconds you will get your results.
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
The news breaks. Controversies.
सारे जो अपशब्द इस्तेमाल किए हैं उसके बारे में क्या?
सर, आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आप जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हुई है सर, लेकिन एफआईआर का नाम।
मनीष जी, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर, यू वांट टू से समथिंग?
1 minute, 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 1 minute,
the channel for elections. December 8 with Prarambh.
छिंदवाड़ा से ये वीडियो आए हैं जिसमें खुद कमलनाथ एक केक काट रहे हैं और हनुमान जी की तस्वीर उसमें लगी है। इसी को लेकर भाजपा सवाल खड़े कर रही है।
A controversy that has broken out with regards to the Congress Party's Bharat Jodo Yatra. BJP has now questioned the burning logo on India's map.
The CCTV footage where a senior TDP leader was attacked at his residence in Kakinada district of Andhra Pradesh, where we see that an unidentified and unknown person
श्रद्धा के हत्यारे को फांसी दो, फांसी दो, ऐसे नव जिहादी को फांसी दो, 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 श्रद्धा के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो, श्रद्धा के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो।
यानी भ्रष्टाचार घोटाले की गारंटी।
आज भाजपा का एक ही सिद्धांत है, सत्ता में रहना।
Very important day today because this is like the day when Aftab will be produced in the court, and this is going to be the Saket court in the national capital.
Poster war peaking in New Delhi. BJP posted a poster on Twitter saying, "From real life to real life. Thanks Aam Aadmi Party for reminding us."
NIA has taken over the case of the Udhampur twin blasts. 2 FIRs have been registered.
From Nagpur, where
and here is the mesmerizing wave formation. The next is the alternate wave formation, which is also called the DNA wave. The last is the caterpillar wave. These are not the waves of any ocean or sea, but these are the waves of spirit, energy and aura of these young warriors.
from Nagpur, where BJP is staging a protest after Kamalnath had cut a temple-shaped cake with Hanuman's portrait.
Vacuum cleaner that was found at Aftab's residence allegedly used vacuum cleaner to remove the blood stains in the house. The JMM gathered in support of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. The ED summoned in connection with the illegal mining case.
The news breaks. The controversies.
सारे जो अपशब्द इस्तेमाल किए हैं उसके बारे में क्या?
सर, आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आप जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हो गई है सर, लेकिन
मनीष जी, आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर, you want to say something? The channel for elections. December 8 with Prarambh.
छिंदवाड़ा से ये वीडियो आए हैं जिसमें खुद कमलनाथ एक केक काट रहे हैं और हनुमान जी की तस्वीर उसमें लगी है। इसी को लेकर भाजपा सवाल खड़े कर रही है।
A controversy that has broken out with regards to the Congress Party's Bharat Jodo Yatra. BJP has now questioned the burning logo on India's map.
The CCTV footage where a senior TDP leader was attacked at his residence in Kakinada district of Andhra Pradesh, where we see that an unidentified and unknown person
श्रद्धा के हत्यारे को फांसी दो, फांसी दो, ऐसे नव जिहादी को फांसी दो, 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 श्रद्धा के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो, श्रद्धा के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो।
यानी भ्रष्टाचार घोटाले की गारंटी।
आज भाजपा का एक ही सिद्धांत है, सत्ता में रहना।
Very important day today because this is like the day when Aftab will be produced in the court, and this is going to be the Saket court in the national capital.
Poster war peaking in New Delhi. BJP posted a poster on Twitter saying, "From real life to real life. Thanks Aam Aadmi Party for reminding us."
NIA has taken over the case of the Udhampur twin blasts. 2 FIRs have been registered.
The news breaks. Controversies.
सारे जो अपशब्द इस्तेमाल किए हैं उसके बारे में क्या?
सर, आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, आप जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हो गई है सर, लेकिन
आपको समन किया जा रहा है। सर, you want to say something? The channel for elections. December 8 with Prarambh.
Shraddha murder probe widens. Police to take Aftab. Delhi police team in Gurugram likely to quiz his boss and colleagues. Mega pre-poll controversy in Gujarat after Aam Aadmi Party cash for ticket scandal hits the Congress. India's first privately developed rocket launched from Sriharikota. Massive push to the sector rocket space.
With a country and people who have been firm in tackling terror, we consider that
Prime Minister Modi's strong message against terror says no compromise in fight against terror. And Punjabi singer Babu Maan gets death threat. Security is beefed up. Is it free for all in Punjab? Good afternoon. Welcome to Republic TV. Live and breaking right now in a big embarrassment for the Indian National Congress Party. Former Dehgaam MLA Kamini Ba has now made shocking allegations against the party. The breaking news that's coming in, she's alleged money was demanded from her for a ticket in the upcoming Gujarat elections. Claiming that she got a call from an agent, Kamini Ba says an agent of the Congress Gujarat Pradesh Congress Committee President Jagdish Thakur, who demanded rupees 1 crore for the party ticket. She also alleged when she refused to pay, she was denied a ticket. These are big breaking news details coming us. Let me go across to my colleague Priyanka joining us. Priyanka, sensational in battleground Gujarat, the big development ahead of polls. It's Congress after the Aam Aadmi Party.
Well, absolutely. This is a massive embarrassment for the Congress party, Nupur, where we are seeing that the Congress sitting party president of the state, in fact, is extorting money from several candidates in lieu of tickets. And let me straight away go across to Kamini Ba, who's joining me right now. We're sitting in Dehgaam, from where the ticket, in fact, had been refused to her because she had been asked for money. 1 crore is what she says, but let's get in a word from her herself to understand what really had gone on. Kamini Ba, thank you so much हमसे बात करने के लिए। शुरुआत से मैं जानना चाहूंगी, 1-2 ऑडियो टेप्स आपने बात की है, आपको फोन कॉल्स आए थे, एजेंट्स जो बता रहे थे जगदीश ठाकुर के लोग थे, प्रेसिडेंट के लोग थे, वो आपसे पैसा मांग रहे थे, कितना क्या आपको कैश मांगा जा रहा था, क्या शुरुआत से बात हुई, बताइए आप।
पहले तो जब ये बात चली थी टिकट के लिए, तो पहले मैंने ये सोचा था कि अगर मेरा सर्वे में मेरा रिपोर्ट्स नहीं आ रहा तो मुझे टिकट शायद मैं थोड़ा विड्रॉ करके किसी और को समर्थन दूंगी। तो इसके लिए पहले तो मैं सबसे पहले सर्वे रिपोर्ट के लिए मैंने एक लीडर से बात की थी। तो फिर मैंने सर्वे रिपोर्ट का उनको पूछा कि सर अगर मेरा रिपोर्ट में पब्लिक ओपिनियन नहीं आ रहा तो मैं शायद इस बार का चुनाव ना भी लड़ूं। तो उन्होंने बताया मुझे कि नहीं आप ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो, आपका रिपोर्ट तो सबसे अच्छा है। फिर उन्होंने मुझे परसेंटेज दिखाए, जितने लोग टिकट मांग रहे थे सबका सर्वे हुआ था और ये सर्वे दिल्ली से हुआ था। तो जबकि मैंने रिपोर्ट देखा, रिपोर्ट में भी मैं अच्छी होने के कारण फिर मैंने सोचा कि नहीं चलो, पब्लिक की डिमांड है, कार्यकर्ताओं की डिमांड है और जो मतदार है उनके बीच में घूम के ये सर्वे हुआ था। तो अच्छा,
ये एक बात तो एस्टैब्लिश हो गई कि सर्वे जो इंटरनल था पार्टी का उसमें आपका रिकमेंडेशन निकल कर आ रहा था, आप फर्स्ट रैंक पे थे जिसको रेकमेंड किया जा रहा था कैंडिडेट के तौर पे। उसके बाद क्या हुआ, क्योंकि ये ऑडियो टेप में क्लियरली पता चल रहा है कोई आपसे पैसे मांग रहा है, पैसों की लेन देन की बात हो रही है। पहला कब आपके साथ में कम्युनिकेशन हुआ? आपने कहा 1 करोड़ रुपए मांगे गए थे, उसमें उस कन्वर्सेशन में क्या?
उसमें लगातार 11 तारीख से मेरे पास फ़ोन आ रहे थे। तब मैंने इतना नहीं लिया था। फिर मुझे पूछा गया कि आप कहाँ पे हो। वो जो मुझे पूछा गया वो गुजराती में मुझसे बात कर रहा था कि बहन आप कहाँ पे हो, कहाँ जा रहे हो, ये भागम दौड़ीम क्यों कर रहे हो, आप टेंशन मत लो, टिकट का हो जाएगा, आपके टिकट में सर्वे भी ओके है, सब जो तालुका पंचायत के जीते हुए, नगर पालिका जीते हुए सब समर्थक आपके साथ है, फिर क्यों आप भागम दौड़ीम कर रहे हैं। मैंने कहा नहीं, मुझे ऐसी बात पता चलिए कि मेरे टिकट में प्रदेश के अध्यक्ष जो जगदीश भाई ठाकुर है उनकी थोड़ी सोच अलग है कि वो शायद मुझे टिकट देना नहीं चाहते। तो इसीलिए मैं सब लीडर से मिल रही थी। सब लीडर्स ने मुझे बोला था कि बहन टेंशन मत लो, सब लोग आपके साथ है तो टिकट तो आपको पक्का ही मिलेगा। फिर उसके बाद दोबारा 12 तारीख से लगातार मेरे पास फ़ोन आ रहे थे कि बहन टिकट में कुछ गड़बड़ है, अभी तो ये सौदेबाजी हो गई है टिकट की। तो मैंने कहा क्यों, कैसी सौदेबाजी? फिर उन्होंने बताया कि अगर आपको टिकट चाहिए तो आपको 1 करोड़ रुपया तक डिमांड है उनकी, तो आपको ये डेफिनेट फाइनल करना होगा। फिर मैंने बोला कि मैं आपको सोच के बताऊंगी। फिर उसके बाद लगातार वो बंदे मुझे व्हाट्सएप कॉल से, वो भैया जो गुजराती बोल रहे थे वो लगातार मुझे फ़ोन किए जा रहे थे कि क्या सोचा, क्या डिमांड है, फटाफट बोलो। फिर 12 तारीख को फ़ोन आया, फिर 13 को फ़ोन आया, ऐसे करीबन
लगातार आपको कई बार फ़ोन आ रहे थे जब से 1 करोड़ मांगा गया। और लास्ट जो एक ऑडियो टेप था जिसमें लाखों की भी बात कर रही है, उसमें जो लोग थे, एजेंट्स थे, उनका नाम क्या आपको बताया गया था, किस तरह से अपने आप को परिचय किया था?
फिर जो लास्ट में जो फ़ोन आया था उसमें फिर मैंने ये सोचा कि मुझे पैसे तो देने नहीं थे, कभी मैंने पैसे से टिकट लिया भी नहीं और कभी मैं लेना चाहती भी नहीं। तो पार्टी के अध्यक्ष ने जो मेरे पे आरोप लगाया था कि कामिनी बहन को ये टिकट कटने के बाद उन्होंने ये बोला, उनके पहले बोलना चाहिए था। तो मैं ये भी बताना चाहूँगी कि मेरी टिकट जब कटी उसके 3 दिन पहले जब ये टिकटों का चल रहा था, मैंने पूर्व अध्यक्ष जो थे हमारे अर्जुन भाई मोढवाड़िया जी, उनको बताया था। उन्होंने बताया कि ऐसी बातों में आप मत पड़ना, ऐसे कॉल सबको आ रहे। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है सर, मैं ये बात पूरी मैं सोच के फिर आगे क्या करना है मैं आपको सर बोलूँगी। उसके बाद
So we do see that there are several allegations coming to light, Nupur, at least as far as the Congress party is concerned, where Kamini Ba, a senior leader here in Dehgaon, in fact is stating that there were calls that she had been receiving from agents of the Congress party state president Jagdish Thakur himself, and of course there was 1 crore that was being demanded from her first. When she refused to pay that amount, that ticket has been given to another candidate of the Congress party. This is a shocking and a huge embarrassment for the Congress party coming to light from Gujarat, which goes into polls in perhaps 2 weeks from now.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Priyanka, for that breaking. There's mega cash for ticket scam breaking out in Gujarat. We'll continue tracking that story. Moving on to the focus on the Aftab case and the Shraddha murder probe and where it's reached. Let me go across to a host of reporters who are joining us. The Delhi police has recovered something in a black poly bag. The breaking news that's coming in: the Delhi police moves out after seizing something from the black poly bag. Quite possibly these may be the body remains of Shraddha. We have to see that. I'm also joined by a host of reporters. Joining me from the capital, Anuj, who's been tracking every move. There's a big recovery in the Shraddha murder case. Let me also in Mumbai first go across to Sandeep. Sandeep, after Delhi, it is said because Aftab had also gone to Mumbai, the mobile phone could be there. There's a lot of details and investigations that need to be done. The Delhi police is going to be going to Mumbai. Give us more details about what they are looking to uncover, when they could be reaching there, and what places would they be actually going to. As soon as I'll get Sandeep, I'll speak to him. But viewers, we're also getting breaking news that yesterday there were 5 to 6 developments that happened. Today, the Delhi police makes recovery in the Gurugram search that they've conducted. Yesterday, they also said they'd be going to Dehradun and Uttarakhand. Now, the recoveries that have been made in the black polythene are going to be seen. Remember, the Delhi police has an uphill task. They had stated it had taken 10 hours to chop her body into 35 parts. But the biggest thing for them is to collect the evidence. That evidence needs to to be given in court. The details that are coming out is he smoked cigarettes, he slept, he drank beer, he was on marijuana. But what the Delhi police really needs to uncover is her mobile phone, is her severed head evidence, and also what was really happening, where the murder weapon was. They've also said they've identified the shop from where he picked up the saw which was used to chop Shraddha, but a lot of details need to be there. Now, we're also being told, as our reporters will continue to join us, a narco analysis will also be conducted soon on the psychopathic killer at his residence. As Anuj is going to be joining us, we are uncovering bit by bit. This man seems to be a complete psychopath. We don't know whether the statements that he is stating can be taken at face value. Let me also tell you the breaking news that we said today. What has happened is the Delhi police makes a recovery in Gurugram-S where a black poly bag has been picked up and they're going to possibly be having remains in that. Now, I'm also being told as we are speaking that the Delhi police is also moving out after seizing something in the black poly bag. It's possible this could be the body remains. We stay with those pictures. Shraddha, we've also come to know, had been assaulted much earlier. There was an injury on her nose, there was an injury on her cheek, and all this while we can see the visuals of in Gurugram search that the Delhi police has uncovered now a black poly bag. They are trying to see what is in that. Earlier they've been to the areas of Chhatarpur Pahadi region where some bags had been dropped. It was said by Aftab to them that every night at around 2 a.m. he was dropping this. Big recovery today in the Shraddha murder case. Let me also go now first to forensic experts' reaction. S.K. Gupta, that's going to be coming in. Let's play that out for our viewers.
आपकी टीम फॉरेंसिक टीम आफ्ताब अमीन पूनावाला के घर गई सारे एविडेंस रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए। तो सर, जब आपने एंटर किया तो आपने वहाँ पे क्या क्या देखा?
देखिए, हमने उसके जो हाउस की सारी सर्चिंग करी थी और वहाँ पे जो भी क्राइम एग्जिबिट हमें मिले थे वो हमने कलेक्ट किए थे और वो सारे हमने पुलिस को हैंड ओवर कर दिए।
जी, तो सर आपको एविडेंस मिले हैं वहाँ से जो आपने पुलिस को हैंड ओवर कर दिए हैं?
जो भी मिले हैं वो हमने हैंड ओवर कर दी।
जी सर, अगर डीएनए सैंपलिंग की अगर बात की जाए तो जो हड्डियां जंगल से मिली हैं वो इंसान की ही है?
ये एग्जामिनेशन का विषय है। जंगल में भी हमें कुछ एग्जिबिट्स मिले थे
जी,
वो भी हमने पुलिस को हैंड ओवर कर दिए। पुलिस उसको फर्दर डीएनए एग्जामिनेशन या और कुछ एग्जामिनेशन के लिए हमारी लेबोरेटरी में भेजेगी तो उसकी रिपोर्ट दी जाएगी।
सर, कितना क्लीन था घर? क्योंकि ऐसी भी रिपोर्ट आ रही है कि काफी मेहनत से वहां पे साफ सफाई की गई है, एविडेंस छुपाने की कोशिश की गई है। ऐसा लगा क्या आपको?
क्लीन था घर, हम यही कह सकते हैं।
जी सर, और एक मैं कहूंगी कि आज कोर्ट की तरफ से नार्को की परमिशन मिल गई है, तो अगर एफएसएल नार्को करता है अगले 2-3 दिन में तो किस तरीके का प्रोसीजर होता है ये?
देखिए, अभी हमारी फॉरेंसिक साइंस लेबोरेटरी रोहिणी में नार्को की फैसिलिटी स्टार्ट हो गई
जी।
हमारी टीम, एफएसएल की टीम और डॉक्टर की टीम मिलके बाबा अम्बेडकर हॉस्पिटल में नार्को टेस्ट करते हैं।
जी, तो सर नार्को टेस्ट किस तरीके का होता है कि जैसे अगर पुलिस को अभी लग रहा है कि वो कोऑपरेट नहीं कर रहा है तो नार्को टेस्ट से कितनी सक्सेस मिल सकती है?
नार्को टेस्ट एक तरह से सच को उगलवाने का एक तरीका है।
जी, तो सर एक सवाल मैं और पूछूंगी कि आफ्ताब आपके साथ था तो क्या उसने कोऑपरेट किया पूरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में आपके साथ?
इस बारे में पुलिस ही बता पाएगी आपको। थैंक यू
जी सर, बस एक आखिरी सवाल, क्या आफ्ताब ने बताया था कि बॉडी कहाँ रखी, किस तरीके से उसने उसको चॉप किया, या इस तरीके का कोई कन्फेशन?
ये मैडम पुलिस की इन्वेस्टिगेशन का ही विषय है, ये हमारा कंसर्न नहीं है।
सर, क्या बाथरूम में रखी थी बॉडी की? कम से कम छींटे पड़े और वहाँ पे काटे?
ये पुलिस वाले ही बता पाएंगे।
सर, बाथरूम से भी सैंपल लिए गए हैं?
कई सैंपल लिए थे हमने, 10-12 सैंपल लिए थे
जी,
जो जंगल में लिए।
सर, बाथरूम, किचन, घर के हर कोने से एविडेंस ले लिए गए हैं?
जो भी एविडेंस मिले हमने कलेक्ट कर दिए।
As we're getting that exclusive phone reaction for the forensic officer, I also want to go across to my colleague Anuj joining us from Aftab's residence. Anuj, you've relentlessly been pursuing this investigation for the past few days. What have you picked up? What is the latest that the Delhi police, Anuj, is looking at?
Well, we do understand that the Delhi police team could be clearly seen in action. It was seen in action in the Mehrauli jungle also, and near that very company in Gurugram, where there is the jungle area, Delhi police was conducting the search. What we have been told, the latest, is that they have carried out something from there. It was in the black polythene. We do not know. It was in the black poly bag. What exactly that is, it would be bit early to say whether it is a part of that particular of the body also of Shraddha. It would be bit early to say, but something has been recovered from that particular area also, and it was none other but Aftab himself who pointed it out to Delhi police that he has thrown the body parts in Mehrauli jungle as well in the other jungle area also, and that's why the police conducted the search over there. And the latest is something has been recovered. We are just waiting for the update what exactly that is. Yes.
Anuj, I'm going to come back to you. I want you to stay with us. Sandeep is also joining us live from Mumbai. Sandeep, as I'm going to come to you, I want to ask one more question to Anuj. Anuj, you were talking about the black polythene. You were also telling us about the recoveries. We're also being told that that it is a 6-month-old case, arrested after Aftab had killed her, chopped her body, disposed of the pieces. The police, Anuj, is also planning to go to different places where he visited with Shraddha and otherwise to get more recoveries. And there's a protest that we are breaking out to and going across to. There's a Yuva Morcha protest against Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. They're demanding an apology from Rahul Gandhi over his comment on Veer Savarkar. So the latest visuals of that protest coming on our screen as a protest breaks out after comments had been made against Veer Savarkar. The police complaint had also been marked after Rahul Gandhi's comments over Savarkar. He had allegedly made derogatory remarks against freedom fighter Veer Savarkar. I want to go across to my colleague Niranjan, who's joining us now. Niranjan, a complaint filed in the Thane Nagar police station stating sentiments of local citizens are hurt, and now we can see a protest in Mumbai that has broken out.
Well, Rhythm, we have to cut to these visuals because we get a sense that the story is going to escalate today, because yesterday Rahul Gandhi made a very controversial comment against Veer Savarkar, and these are pictures that are coming in of the protest that took place this morning. And essentially what has happened is Rahul Gandhi yesterday, in an attempt to target Veer Savarkar, showed a few documents where Veer Savarkar had signed off a letter to the British. And like write letters, you sign off, right? You write yours sincerely. Or your best regards. So, back in the day, during the British rule, your obedient servant or something to that effect was what he had signed off. That is, Veer Savarkar had signed off like that in a letter that he had written to the British, which is a very silly issue, by the way, to firstly pick up and then call him a servant of the British, because it was a sign-off of Veer Savarkar in a letter saying that your obedient servant, Veer Savarkar, etc. So, he made that, comment. He showed that letter. And all of yesterday, we've seen the complaints that have come in from Veer Savarkar's family. The BJP has attacked, Rahul Gandhi. Shiv Sena, both factions, both the Shinde faction and even the Uddhav Thackeray faction, has said that they will not tolerate any attack on Veer Savarkar. And today we are hearing that the MNS is also going to go and protest in Shegaon, where Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra will be. So today is going to be a very interesting day politically, because they're going to sort of try and target him. Target the rally of Rahul Gandhi, the Bharat Jodo Yatra. That's what we are hearing. And the story is likely to escalate. And I think every party in Maharashtra, maybe even the Congress party, is embarrassed with what Rahul Gandhi has said, because in Maharashtra, Veer Savarkar and across India, Veer Savarkar is an icon, he's a freedom hero. And this pattern to attacking Veer Savarkar has gone on for too long, because even someone like a Sanjay Raut, for example, who's part of the Mahavikas Aghadi, he said that they will not tolerate any comment like this, adding that such comments by Rahul Gandhi will also create, friction in the Mahavikas Aghadi. So, back-to-back comments coming in, back-to-back protests. In fact, yesterday the grandson of Veer Savarkar, Ranjit Savarkar, also went to the police. He filed a complaint, and there was an FIR also lodged. We were told we will have to get a check on that. But this comment, which many people feel was needless, in fact, the words of Ranjit Savarkar, the grandson of Veer Savarkar, said it's such a stupid issue to pick up. Those were his exact words. He said it's the height of stupidity to take a sign-off of a letter to call Veer Savarkar a servant of the British. And I think it was a very needless comment because even otherwise, Rahul Gandhi was getting support from his MVA allies, including the Uddhav Thackeray faction and NCP and just the usual handful of people who sort of support him on Twitter, walked with him. So the family says he wasn't getting much traction in the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and that's why he made this comment. Nonetheless, he's got brickbats. He's getting condemned across the board, even from his own allies. I'm not sure the NCP has said anything yet, but even the NCP will realize that this is a controversial issue, something that they won't want to burn their hands with. The Congress party as well. Several leaders have gone silent. State leaders, at least, are completely silent on this issue. And today, this is going to be one of our big stories because you've heard Devendra Fadnavis, heard Uddhav Thackeray, you heard Eknath Shinde. Across the board, MNS is also on the same page. So most parties in Maharashtra are on the same page on this one. And this is something that they could have avoided. An insult to India's freedom icon is not something that's going to go down well.
Absolutely. And like you've said, these are shocking comments that are coming from Rahul Gandhi, massive outrage. And Niranjan, the one thing they need to remember when they're talking about Veer Savarkar and freedom fighters is that these kind of letters that they're putting out is only going to rake more controversy. It's only going to be hurting the sentiments of Indians. So in a democracy, to be stating such things seems to be completely blasphemous, and we have to see what's going to happen. I'm also going to try and go across to reactions that should be coming on the story. If we're also trying to get informed reactions. But Niranjan, one more question to you. These statements have been made. There is a protest that is broken out. There is also we can see the visuals on the screen of the protest. You said this is going to escalate further. What could possibly happening through the day today?
Well, we are hearing from the MNS that a team is already heading to Shegaon. So Shegaon is where the yatra of Rahul Gandhi is going to continue today. So they are on the offensive. They are going to sort of try and confront him there, where the Bharat Jodo Yatra is going to happen. They think they're going to show black flags. They will protest. So there is going to be a showdown for sure, Rhythm. Because politically, and let me tell you that even the Uddhav Thackeray faction has taken...
Only going to interrupt you for a minute because I'm joined by BJP leader Ram Kadam, Niranjan on the phone line. Mr. Kadam, we're seeing today protests breaking out after blasphemous comments on Savarkar by Rahul Gandhi of the Congress party. What action is going to be taken when sentiments of Indians are being hurt by him?
See, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been insulting our freedom fighters, Swatantraveer Savarkar, time and again. And intentionally, he has been indulging into this, just to hog limelight, or I don't know what his intentions are. But this is extremely deplorable. He should read his grandmother's letter, where Mrs. Indira Gandhi had mentioned that Savarkar's sacrifice for this country cannot forget. Then when he doesn't know the history, then he should go and read the history better. Without knowing the history, he has been again and again insulting Savarkar. This is extremely deplorable. Will not accept it at all. He has to come forward and apologize. This is the point number one. Point number two, what about Uddhav Thackeray? The person who is insulting Savarkar, Mr. Aditya Thackeray, is hugging them. What is this nonsense? When late Balasaheb Thackeray, he himself was annoyed when Manishankar Iyer passed such kind of a derogatory comments against Savarkar. That time he came forward and he reacted. But the same time, just for a power blinded, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray is not saying anything at all.
Absolutely. And, there are two things that Mr. Ram Kadam, you've said. This is intentional. We've seen several times that Rahul Gandhi has been intentionally going after freedom fighters and Veer Savarkar. An apology is definitely needed. But what sort of a strategy is this? And how can a strategy be anything based on insults and besmirching of the image of our freedom fighters?
See, I'll tell you one thing. As the entire nation knows that his Bharat Jodo Yatra is completely refused by the nation, and the leaders who are giving slogans, Bharat Tere Tukde Honge, those leaders are there in his Bharat Jodo Yatra. So this is a completely drama. And just to hog limelight, he has been intentionally doing it. That may be number one. And number two, he doesn't know the history. So better he should go and read the history. Then only he can comment.
Yes. And, Mr. Kadam, like you're saying, I also heard the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra yesterday, Mr. Fadnavis, talking about the kind of prolonged torture that Veer Savarkar had gone through, the songs of freedom and the suffering for 11 years. I've also visited the prison where, in fact, Veer Savarkar was. But I want to first, Mr. Kadam, go across and play out a reaction that's coming in from Ranjit Savarkar.
Rahul Gandhi is doing it time and again, and I think there is a political motive behind it. His Bharat Jodo Yatra is not working, and that's why, and I think he knows that if he makes some controversial statement about Savarkar, he is going to get publicity. So all this is doing for the publicity, and I think this is a very bad, because to gain the publicity, you should not malign the great freedom fighter.
So all this is a publicity stunt is what you're saying. So, sir, we have also learned that you have filed a complaint at the Shivaji Park police station. What have you mentioned in the complaint, sir?
See, definitely I have filed a complaint against him because he has categorically said that Savarkar is getting pension from the Britishers and he was working for the Britishers against the interest of Hindustan. And he has further said that Savarkar was a servant of British. So this is a gross defamation of Savarkar and will never accept it. Savarkar has never even apologized. There is no evidence to it. And time and again he is making false statement. So I think I have decided that he should be taught a lessons. So I filed a complaint in the other police, Shivaji Park police station, so that for the defamation of Veer Savarkar, and again there is a clause that is a defamation of our national idols. So that also should be made applicable here.
Leader Rahul Gandhi in demanding an apology from Rahul Gandhi over his comment on Veer Savarkar. Of course, we'll continue to get the latest inputs on that from the ground. But these are the visuals that we are seeing currently on our screens, where, of course, this is with the fact that the Yuva Morcha in Mumbai is protesting against the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and demanding an apology from Rahul Gandhi over his comment on Veer Savarkar. Well, we have more breaking news coming in. This one from Hyderabad. We're getting news where we're learning that the BJP MP, Dharampuri Arvind, residence in Hyderabad, has been allegedly attacked by TRS workers. So that's the big breaking news. What we can tell you so far is that the BJP MP has been attacked by TRS leaders. What is the reason of the same? We will get the latest inputs on that as well in a bit. But this is the big breaking news that's coming in from Hyderabad, where we're learning that the BJP MP Dharampuri Arvind's residence in Hyderabad was allegedly attacked by TRS workers. In fact, we can see those exclusive visuals as well on your screens from the BJP MP's residence. But what we know so far is that this attack was allegedly by TRS workers on the BJP MP Dharampuri Arvind's residence. So these are the visuals, exclusive visuals that we're getting for you. In a bit, we'll try getting the latest from Aneri as well as to what really led to this particular incident. But these are the visuals that you can see. All right, Aneri is joining us for more information on this. Aneri, good afternoon. What can you tell us? We're also seeing those visuals of the fact that the BJP MP Dharampuri Arvind's residence has been vandalized as well. Tell us more.
Well, we have been seeing that yesterday BJP MP Arvind Dharmapuri had made a comment against K. Kavita that she is in touch with Mallikarjun Kharge and the Congress leaders, because this has been a massive war of words amid the poaching controversy, where we see that Arvind Dharmapuri had made a comment that no one in the BJP is interested in K. Kavita's leadership, nor they want her into the party, but rather she is in contact with Mallikarjun Kharge and the Congress leaders. But now we see that there is a protest which was broken out, and the BJP MP Arvind Dharmapuri's residence was vandalized. The furniture at his residence was also vandalized by the TRS, allegedly by the TRS workers. And also we see that how on the visuals you can see how the attack had taken place, and this comes just a day after Arvind Dharmapuri had made a comment. And just some time back when we had seen K. Kavita, the MLC of the TRS, and also the Chief Minister's daughter K. Kavita, who was addressing the press conference, had also stated that she will not spare him, she will not spare Arvind Dharmapuri if he makes any sort of comments once again of this sort. And so a massive war of words breaking out here in the state of Telangana, where we see that on one hand there's a protest and there is an vandalism which has taken place at the BJP MP Arvind Dharmapuri's residence, and now we see that K. Kavita, daughter of Telangana Chief Minister and the TRS MLC, has come out openly and warned the BJP MP for making any sort of personal attacks on her or any sort of comments against her. So definitely a big fight between the TRS and the BJP, as we had also seen that there was a poaching controversy which went behind few days back, and also just few days back we had seen that there was a TRS meeting which was led by the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, where we had also learned, sources had also told us that the CM KCR had commented that BJP tried to poach K. Kavita, a big allegation which was levelled by CM KCR during the party meeting, a closed door party meeting rather. And now we see a massive war of words, and BJP MP Arvind Dharmapuri from Nizamabad's residence is vandalized. There was a protest which had broken out by the TRS workers. There was a sudden attack on the residence of the BJP MP.
So we can think all of this, of course, started with the poaching controversy on one hand, but on the other hand, as you're pointing out, this was allegedly done by the TRS workers. So has there been any reaction from anybody from the TRS on this particular incident?
Nivedna, we have been seeing yesterday when Arvind Dharmapuri spoke to us exclusively on Republic TV, he had also made this allegation that K. Kavita was rather in touch with the Congress leaders. We had seen how there was a poaching controversy a few days back which had broken out, where TRS had levelled allegations that BJP is trying to poach their MLAs, and now we see that few days on Tuesday there was a party meeting, there was a TRS party meeting which was held under the leadership of Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, where sources had told us that KCR had stated that the BJP had tried to poach K. Kavita as well. But now this has been a massive war of words. Remember, next year Telangana will be going for polls. The state assembly elections will be happening next year, and so before that a massive war of words, massive political war of words which has been breaking out between the TRS and the BJP. And now yesterday Arvind Dharmapuri the BJP MP had stated that K. Kavita was rather in touch with the Congress leaders, Mallikarjun Kharge, who is the Congress president, and also we see that now K. Kavita has completely denied all of this and also warned the BJP MP Arvind Dharmapuri. And in the meantime, we see that there is an attack which took place at the residence of the BJP MP. His residence was attacked. The furniture there was vandalized completely, and now we also see that there is a massive anger among the TRS leaders as they attacked. They protested outside the residence of BJP MP Arvind Dharmapuri.
Right, as you're pointing that out as well, and we can see those visuals of the TRS workers who protested in front of the BJP MP's house. All right, we'll come back to you, Aneri, to talk to you more about this particular development, but we're moving on to more breaking news at the moment. But thank you for joining us to give us that latest input. All right, we're cutting across to visuals that we're getting of the protests that have broken out after Rahul Gandhi's comment over Veer Savarkar. In fact, these protests are currently underway where the Yuva Morcha is protesting against Rahul Gandhi and demanding an apology from Rahul Gandhi over his comment on Veer Savarkar.
Jai 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 Bhavani! Jai 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 Shivaji! Jai Bhavani! Jai Shivaji! Jai Bhavani! Jai Shivaji! Jai Shivaji!
Well, these are the visuals that we're getting for you exclusively on Republic TV, where the protests are currently against Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. This was after the fact that he had made the comment. For more on this, we've joined in by our executive editor for news, Niranjan Narayan-Swamy. Niranjan, what more can you tell us about this protest? This, of course, comes after that particular statement that Rahul Gandhi had made about Veer Savarkar.
Well, you're looking at pictures from across Maharashtra now, so it's not just limited to just Mumbai or one or two cities, but across Maharashtra there are different protests breaking out as BJP, even factions of the Shiv Sena, the MNS are protesting against the comments made by Rahul Gandhi. These are comments that were made yesterday as part of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, where he tried to sort of pull off a stunt showing a letter of Veer Savarkar, and there is massive anger over his comment and trying to attack Veer Savarkar while in Maharashtra. And these are protests that are likely to escalate because the MNS also plans to get out his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Earlier we had pictures coming in from Mumbai, and now there are pictures coming in of protests in different parts of Maharashtra as well, as BJP along with MNS and different factions of Shiv Sena. In fact, even the Uddhav Thackeray faction has not protested physically, but sort of more like a symbolic protest that they've done by just saying that they don't agree with Rahul Gandhi. Very soft, mild, of course. They don't really want to upset him too much. But this is the situation. There are protests, and we also spoke to Ranjit Savarkar, the grandson of Veer Savarkar. I just want to play that out right now because the family believes that he's crossed the line this time, and that they need to sort of rein in Rahul Gandhi's attempts to target Veer Savarkar, India's freedom icon, again and again and again. Let me go across to Atul Bhatkalkar. Atul Bhatkalkar is joining us on the phone line. Atul Bhatkalkar ji, coming to Maharashtra, passing through Maharashtra and attacking Veer Savarkar, insulting Veer Savarkar, and such a silly thing to say is what the family is saying, that they took a sign-off from a letter and tried to call him a servant of the British. I mean, this has not gone down well. Anybody who's watching, who knows about Veer Savarkar, has read up on Veer Savarkar, they all feel very angry about it.
Yeah, definitely. All patriotic people of the country are very much angry. This childishness and vindictiveness of Rahul Gandhi, and whatever statements he is making is nothing but out of frustration and to garner the more Muslim votes, to secure his own vote bank, and which is totally baseless allegation, totally not at all factual allegations. Even Mahatma Gandhi has written several letters to the British where he several times mentioned that His Excellency, most obedient servant. Then should we call Mahatma Gandhi as a traitor or Mafivir? Mahatma Gandhi got gold medal from the British Army because in 1905-06 in South Africa, Mahatma Gandhi served the British Army. When British Army was fighting against the Boer and Zulu, which are the original tribes of South Africa, they revolted against the British Empire. And at that time, Mahatma Gandhi had British soldiers. And so they finally, British government had awarded Mahatma Gandhi with gold medal. So should we term Mahatma Gandhi as a traitor? Pandit Nehru himself written Meri Atmakatha in his book that in 1930, when he was imprisoned in Nabha jail by Britishers, he tendered an unconditional apology within 12 days. And as per his apology, he was released from the prison. And what was the Pandit Nehru's grouse? That prison was not well maintained. Walls were not cemented. There was no roof on the prison. And that's why Pandit Nehru has submitted written apology to the British government. And this is not research of any Hindutva historian or myself. It is written by Nehru himself in his Meri Atmakatha in this book. So real Mafivir in this country is Pandit Nehru. And so it is very humble, very ridiculous to even compare Savarkar's jail with Pandit Nehru's jail. Savarkar spent 9 years, 10 months and few days in Andaman jail. That is also in solitariness for many months. And so it is below the level of Rahul Gandhi, and I think he lost his mental balance. And that's why he's making such a type of nasty statement. But in coming days, people of Maharashtra and Mumbai will teach him appropriate lesson.
Yes. Thank you for that, Atul Bhatkalkar. Ravi Rana also joining us in the phone line, MLA. Ravi Rana, your response and your take on what Rahul Gandhi is trying to do. Even his own allies disagree with him. They're all very upset. People of Maharashtra, most of the people in Maharashtra are upset.
जिस तरह से राहुल जी गांधी की यात्रा में महाराष्ट्र में आके राहुल जी ने जो वाक्य बोला है, मुझे लगता है वो वीर सावरकर जी जिन्होंने अपने देश के लिए, देश की आजादी के लिए जो कार्य किया है, जिस तरह से उन्होंने त्याग किया हुआ है और काले पानी की सजा उनको अंग्रेजों ने दी थी, राहुल भाई गांधी भूल गए थे। जो अत्याचार अंग्रेजों ने किए वो भी भूल गए थे। और जिस तरह से उन्होंने एक बचपना बयान जो दिया है, मुझे लगता है वो आज वीर सावरकर जी का तो अपमान किया ही है, पर देश के नागरिकों का भी अपमान उन्होंने किया है। और महाराष्ट्र में आने के बाद जिस तरह से उद्धव ठाकरे जी के बेटे जो आदित्य जी है, वो उनको गले मिलते हैं, उनका स्वागत करते हैं। महाराष्ट्र की धरती पे आके महाराष्ट्र के जनता का अपमान करना, देश की जनता का अपमान करना, वीर सावरकर की बारे में अपशब्द बोलना, उनका अपमानित करना, ये सिर्फ वीर सावरकर जी का अपमान हुआ नहीं, पूरे देश का अपमान हुआ है। और मैं चाहता हूँ कि बाला साहब के थोड़े भी विचार अगर उद्धव ठाकरे जी में बचे होंगे तो उन्होंने वही के वही राहुल गांधी जी की यात्रा रोकना चाहिए था, उसका विरोध करना चाहिए था। वो न करते हुए उनको गले लगाया। तो मुझे लगता है उद्धव ठाकरे पूरे कांग्रेसी विचारों के हो गए और उनको कहीं ना कहीं वीर सावरकर जी का अपमान करने वालों को गले लगाना, उनका स्वागत करना इस महाराष्ट्र की धरती पे, तो उद्धव ठाकरे को भी आने वाले समय में महाराष्ट्र की जनता माफ नहीं करेगी। और पूरे देश की माफी राहुल गांधी जी ने मांगना चाहिए और महाराष्ट्र की माफी उद्धव ठाकरे ने मांगना चाहिए। और अगर माफी नहीं मांगते तो दोनों पे राजद्रोह का गुना दाखिल करना चाहिए। ये मेरी मांग है कि वीर सावरकर जी का जो योगदान है वो हम जीते जी तो भूल ही नहीं सकते, पर हमेशा देश की आजादी में अगर स्वर्ण अक्षरों में अगर किसका नाम लिखा जाता है तो वीर सावरकर जी का लिखा जाता है। और उनका अपमान राहुल गांधी और उद्धव ठाकरे अगर मिल के करते हैं और कहीं ना कहीं देश के बारे में इस तरह से अपमानित शब्द वापरते हैं तो देश का अपमान किया है। इनको ये राजद्रोह दाखिल होना चाहिए और ये मांगे और देश से उन्होंने माफी भी मांगना चाहिए.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ravi Rana ji. Ravi Rana, MLA from Maharashtra, independent MLA, joining us on the phone line there. Across parties, across political lines, not just the BJP, but several factions of the Shiv Sena, several parties are now seeking an apology. Asking for Rahul Gandhi to either take back that comment or apologize. Some parties even going to the extent of saying that his rally must be stopped. Handing it back to you for now, Nivedana.
Well, thank you, Niranjan, for getting us the latest on that. Of course, we'll keep coming back to you to get us more developments of the story. But moving on to the big top focus story right now, where we're getting more breaking news in the Shraddha murder case. Now, according to the sources of Delhi police, big disclosure by Aftab in front of the police. Now, we're understanding that during the interrogation, Aftab told that he is a drug addict. And during the interrogation, Aftab stated that even on the day of the murder, which is on May 18th, he was intoxicated. So that is the big breaking news, a big breakthrough that's coming in terms of the Shraddha murder case, where we're understanding that the Aftab has told the police that he was intoxicated, and is another attempt to probably peddle the drug theory, because he has also been accused of changing his statements, which is why that narco test was also demanded for. We'll of course go to our reporters to get the latest on that, but what we're being told so far in this particular case, the big breakthrough coming in right now, that according to sources of Delhi police, big disclosure by Aftab in front of the police in an attempt to also push the drug theory. He's also stated that during the interrogation, he said that he's a drug addict, and he even said on the day of the murder on May 18th, he was intoxicated. Now, continue to track the story. On the other hand, the Delhi police team is in Mumbai. Now, Republic spoke to senior police inspector Sampatra Patil, who said that they are cooperating with Delhi police. We get you all of that in this exclusive report.
दिल्ली पुलिस की टीम आई है, क्या कुछ अभी शुरुआत है, किस प्रकार का सहयोग आप लोग कर रहे हैं?
दिल्ली पुलिस यहाँ आए हैं, हम उनको सहयोग दे रहे हैं।
सर, कितने लोग आए हैं, कुछ बता पाएंगे?
एक ऑफिसर उनका है।
सर, जो विटनेसेस हैं उनको वापस से बुलाया जाएगा, स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड होगा उन लोगों का?
नहीं, उनको जो सहयोग देना हम दे देंगे उनको।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू। कितने लोग आए, केवल ये बता देंगे?
उनका एक टीम आया है, एक ऑफिसर है, स्टाफ है।
दिल्ली पुलिस की टीम आई है, क्या कुछ अभी शुरुआत है, किस प्रकार का सहयोग आप लोग कर रहे हैं?
दिल्ली पुलिस यहाँ आए हैं, हम उनको सहयोग दे रहे हैं।
सर, कितने लोग आए हैं, कुछ बता पाएंगे?
एक ऑफिसर उनका है।
सर, जो विटनेसेस हैं उनको वापस से बुलाया जाएगा, स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड होगा उन लोगों का?
नहीं, उनको जो सहयोग देना हम दे देंगे उनको।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू। कितने लोग आए, केवल ये बता देंगे?
उनका एक टीम आया है, एक ऑफिसर है, स्टाफ है।
Well, we also have Sandeep joining us live on the broadcast to give us more details. Sandeep, on one hand, you did have that conversation with Senior Police Inspector Sampatra Patil, where he went on to state that they are cooperating with the Delhi police. Try to give us a sense of where the investigation stands right now, because obviously before they were living in Delhi, they were from Mumbai. So give us the latest, what you're picking up right now.
So yes, as far as Delhi police is concerned, yes, they have landed in Mumbai, and in fact, the investigation of Delhi police is underway. And at this point of time, I'm at Manikpur police station, wherein shortly one of the prime witness in this case, that is Lakshman Nadar, is also expected, and in fact, his statement will also be, collected by Delhi police, and in fact, his statement will be recorded again at this Manikpur police station. And in fact, 4 to 5 officers that have been sent from Delhi in order to connect all the dots in the Shraddha murder case. And remember, the Delhi police team will be reaching out and also will be taking the statements of the proprietors where Shraddha and Aftab Poonawalla had in fact resided. So see, at this point of time in Mumbai, there are 2 to 3 different teams that is being formed by Delhi police, and in fact Lakshman Nadar, one of the prime witness in this case, one of the close friend of Shraddha Walkar, is expected out here at Manikpur police station. And as we had a conversation with Sampath Rao Patil, the senior police inspector of Manikpur, he clearly mentioned that the Vasai police is in fact cooperating with the Delhi police, and whatever support they will need, they will be giving it to them. So it will be very much crucial to see what all evidences are being given to Delhi police by Manikpur police, because primarily the investigation was in fact done by the investigating officer, that is Sachin Sanap. Sachin Sanap was the officer who investigated this case, and in fact he nabbed Aftab Poonawala, and he was the person to take him to Delhi, and then an FIR was registered. Remember, there were 3 days wherein Sachin Sanap and Aftab Poonawala were there in Delhi, and after several sorts of questioning, Aftab Poonawala broke out in front of Delhi police, and later on 10th of November, the FIR was registered in Delhi, and now the Delhi police is investigating this matter, whether it is Mehroli forest area, whether it is Chhatarpur, whether it is Mumbai. Delhi police is not leaving a single effort to make sure that Aftab Poonawala's case evidences are collected, and in fact everything has been given up in the court, and so that necessary actions can be initiated against Aftab Poonawala.
Right, Sandeep, thank you for getting us the latest on that. We'll keep coming back to you, as you did point out that Delhi police is leaving no stone unturned to get to the crux of this Shraddha murder case, which is, of course, on the other hand, we're getting those murkier details as well. We're, of course, awaiting more developments on that front. But right now, we're slipping into a short break. Mega pre-poll controversy in Gujarat after Aam Aadmi Party cash for tickets scandal hits Congress. And still to come on Republic TV, Prime Minister Modi's strong message against terror, says no compromise in fight against terror. We'll get you the latest on that. Stay with us on Republic.
In the latest Indian university rankings announced by QS, the world's leading university rankings organization, India's #1 ranked universities in various categories are IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, University of Delhi, University of Calcutta, and Amity University.
A B2 app is very useful and very easy to use. I check my sugar in just less than 30 seconds. So this is the main device which you use with your smartphone application. You need to just insert this device into your smartphone, and now you need to insert the strip. And now you need to take your blood, and in less than 10 seconds you will get your results.
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Now, Shraddha murder probe widens police to take Aftab to office in Gurugram. Police is also likely to quiz his boss and colleagues regarding Aftab's behavior pattern and observation while that was made while Aftab was working with his colleagues. Country's first privately developed rocket, Vikram-S, to be launched by the Indian Space Research Organisation from its spaceport in Sriharikota, about 115 kilometers from Chennai. The liftoff is scheduled at 11:30 a.m. today, with clear weather paving the way for the launch. Prime Minister Modi to address No Money for Terror ministerial conference on counter-terror financing today at Hotel Taj Palace in the national capital. Centre has filed review petition in the Supreme Court against November 11th order allowing the release of all convicts in Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, saying that the order was passed without hearing it. In a statement by SDM Akshay Singh, a major crackdown on liquor trade was conducted as around 3,600 cases of liquor were destroyed, the cost of which was estimated at around 85 lakh rupees. These included foreign liquor, beer and country liquor. The government has also recommended a CBI inquiry into the matter involving case of fake admission in Ayush colleges without passing NEET, and STF made the arrest of 12 people, including Ayurveda director SN Singh, who's now been arrested. In fact, in the last 1 year, over 40,000 Myanmar nationals
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Prime Minister Modi delivered the inaugural address at the third No Money for Terror Ministerial Conference on Counter-Terrorism Financing in New Delhi. Now, Union Home Minister Amit Shah also gave an address at the conference. Prime Minister Modi addressed global terrorism in the country, speaking about how certain countries supported terrorism with the source of terror funding being organized crime. Director General of the National Investigation Agency Dinkar Gupta at the NMFT conference spoke about the change in India's security scenario after the centre adopted a zero-tolerance policy to terrorism, says it brought change in India's security scenario. Slipping into a short break, but lots more lined up on the other side. India's first privately developed rocket launched from Sriharikota, massive push to the space sector. Punjabi singer Babu Maan gets death threat. Security beefed up. Is it free for all in Punjab is the question. We'll get you the latest on that. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
From Nagpur, where BJP is staging a protest after Kamal Nath had cut a temple-shaped cake with Hanuman's portrait.
Vacuum cleaner that was found at Aftab's residence allegedly used vacuum cleaner to remove the blood stains in the house. The JMM gathered in support of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. The ED summoned in connection with the illegal mining case. Now, Shraddha murder probe widens police to take Aftab to office in Gurugram. Police is also likely to quiz his boss and colleagues regarding Aftab's behavior pattern, and observation while that was made while Aftab was working with his colleagues. Country's first privately developed rocket, Vikram-S, to be launched by the Indian Space Research Organisation from its spaceport in Sriharikota, about 115 kilometers from Chennai. The liftoff is scheduled at 11:30 a.m. today, with clear weather paving the way for the launch. Prime Minister Modi to address No Money for Terror Ministerial Conference on Counter-Terror Financing today at Hotel Taj Palace in the national capital. Centre has filed review petition in the Supreme Court against November 11th order allowing the release of all convicts in Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, saying that the order was passed without hearing it. In a statement by SDM Akshay Singh, a major crackdown on liquor trade was conducted as around 3,600 cases of liquor were destroyed, the cost of which was estimated at around 85 lakh rupees. These included foreign liquor, beer and country liquor. The government has also recommended a CBI inquiry into the matter involving case of fake admission in Ayush colleges without passing NEET, and STF made the arrest of
and here is the mesmerizing wave formation. The next is the alternate wave formation, which is also called the DNA wave.
Gujarat anti-terrorist squad reached the site where more than 500 gelatin sticks were found near Som River in Dungarpur as wet gelatin sticks of around 40 kgs were recovered today as manufacturing is expected to be from Rajasthan's Explosives and Chemicals unit in Dholpur. National President JP Nadda, besides union ministers and chief ministers, is expected to address public meetings in the 89 Gujarat Assembly constituencies going to polls in the first phase of elections on 1st of December.
Very, very important day today because this is like the day when Aftab will be produced in the court, and this is going to be the Saket court in the national capital.
Poster war peaking in New Delhi. BJP posted a post on Twitter saying, "From real life to real life, thanks Aam Aadmi Party for reminding us." NIA has taken over the case of the Udhampur twin blasts. 2 FIRs have been registered.
From Nagpur, where BJP is staging a protest after Kamal Nath had cut a temple-shaped cake with Hanuman's portrait.
Vacuum cleaner that was found at Aftab's residence allegedly used vacuum cleaner to remove the blood stains in the house. The JMM gathered in support of Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. The ED summoned in connection with the illegal mining case. Now, Shraddha murder probe widens police to take Aftab to office in Gurugram. Police is also likely to quiz his boss and colleagues regarding Aftab's behavior pattern, an observation while that was made while Aftab was working with his colleagues.
Murder probe widens. The police to take Aftab. Delhi police team in Gurugram likely to quiz his boss and colleagues. Mega pre-poll controversy in Gujarat after Aam Aadmi Party. The cash for ticket scandal hits the Congress. Good news raining in. India's first privately developed rocket launched from Sriharikota. Massive push to our space sector.
With a country and people who have been firm in tackling terror, we consider that
the Prime Minister Modi's strong message against terror says no compromise in this fight. And Punjab singer Babu Maan gets a death threat. Security is beefed up, but is it free for all in Punjab? Good afternoon. Welcome to Republic TV. I'm Ridhuman and Bhardwaj, staying with the live and breaking news coming in from the capital, viewers. More and more leads coming in the Shraddha murder case, where Aftab has now stated that in front of the police he was intoxicated on 18th of May. Breaking news details also coming in as we are speaking that during the interrogation, Aftab told that he is a drug addict. Now, all these details coming, but the big question, is he trying to mislead the probe with the drug angle? Is there an attempt to peddle influence of the drugs theory? He tells the police, I was intoxicated. As I'm going to continue going across to the host of reporters investigating in this in the capital, in Dehradun, in Mumbai, I want to first go across to Piyush, who's joining us live on the breaking story that's coming in. Piyush, we've just picked up, he's now talking about an intoxication angle. He also says there was toxic abuse and assault over years. What more details are you picking up from the Delhi police?
So yes, Rhythm, as we go around this case, there are a lot of twists, turns and new revelations that are coming to fore. And the latest revelation that we have just come across is that yes, Aftab
used to consume drugs. In fact, what we've been told is that he used to occasionally consume marijuana, and he had also got marijuana from Himachal, where he had gone along with Shraddha, and from there they had taken marijuana and they used to consume marijuana occasionally. So this drug addiction angle has come to fore from the Delhi police. But the biggest revelation today that has come to fore is that I am reporting right now from Gurugram, where he used to work in a private company, and just few meters away from this, in a vacant area, the Delhi police today found out some remains from the poly bag. Now, what we've been told is that this can be a big evidence as far as the body remains of Shraddha is concerned, but it is just not confirmed to us by the Delhi police. But yes, this it can be a major evidence by the Delhi police. So two major revelations today that has come to fore, that Aftab used to consume drugs occasionally. He had taken drugs from Himachal, and today the Delhi police has found some remains from a vacant area in Gurugram, which is just few meters away from the workplace of Aftab. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Piyush, with those details that you're giving me, I also want to go across to Madhurima. Madhurima, since the past few days, you're tracking the story very closely. You also got us this phone reaction from the forensic officer. How are you looking at developments that are going to pan out today? What's going to be happening? We're seeing there's a black polythene bag that's being picked up in one of the forests where some of the body remains could have been dumped. We're also trying to still have the Delhi police uncover two very important pieces of information, the mobile phone and the weapon that was used. What are you picking up today?
Well, Rhythm, as far as the weapon is concerned, the Delhi police has said this is one of the reasons of demanding a narco test, because he has been giving very inconsistent statement regarding the weapon he used and from where did he really procure it, which is why the narco test has been ordered, so as to dig in deeper in the mind of Aftab, because in his senses he is not speaking the truth and he's trying to mislead the Delhi police. Now the next thing that's going to happen is, like today they went to Gurugram to speak to his colleagues and to speak to his office manager and all the authorities that are there in DLF phase 2 cyber city in Gurugram, because one angle which is very important is that were there any accomplices, and through these interrogation the Delhi police will try to unearth the fact that if he had more friends, if he were dating anybody else in the office or not. So these are the concerns that the Delhi police want to really cater to, so that to strengthen their case, because the digital evidence, they still have some which traced back to the location of the Chhatarpur apartment, Rhythm. But as far as the hardcore evidence is concerned, the entire remains, the exhibits that have been recovered from the Mehruli jungle are yet to be given to the forensics for thorough DNA sampling. The DNA has been collected but is yet to be submitted, and as soon as it is submitted, the DNA will tell the right story, and it would be the last nail in the coffin for Aftab Amin Poonawalla. What is here to be underlined is that some body parts have been also